Hi everyone, this is Pat Sajak, and tonight I'm going to be sharing with you a few more inside facts about the origins of the Wheel of Fortune itself. This is me in the early 1980s, and as you can see, I quite honestly don't have as much gray hair then as I do today. But these aren't the only things that I'm going to be discussing with y'all. Yeah, that's me alright. Since the show debuted in the early 1980s, this rather large wheel is the only part of the set that's still the same. If you watch the show on TV today, you'll notice many of the wedges are quite honestly fading out, amongst other things. But in all the years, it's still held together. I don't quite understand it myself, but I'd say somebody thinks of this wheel being more of a memento than it is something that can be replaced and made looking a lot nicer than it really is.
Could be trouble. Ah, clear one. The bankrupt got you.
Well, that could very likely be a true fact, but the only thing that I have identified in the years since has been this catalog. It was a part of the original idea for us to give out gift certificates if the contestant made less money than per se any prize that we offered to them on the stage.
Could be trouble. Oh man, I'm sorry.
I really wasn't happy even saying it myself in that segment, but I think it tells you we had our favorites on the show. I quite honestly don't know why would they make the wheel look like a flying saucer taking off, hovering perhaps above the Los Angeles skyline like that. Plus using a ship's bell to imply this is the last call for this particular spin kind of made references, I think, indirectly to the creator of the original idea of Wheel of Fortune. I believe it was Merv Griffin who actually came up with the idea. He did also Jeopardy, and that's owned also by Sony Pictures. But I enjoy talking about this, and there is another video that's been done on this channel about the secrets of the Wheel of Fortune, and I hope you'll perhaps look over that one also. I'm sorry there's no pictures of Vanna. The only thing from her, or about her, probably from the 1970s, was one appearance that she made on The Price is Right. And that's as much as you ever saw, because I don't think she ever made it up on stage. But she was one of the actual contestants who made it up to, at least bid on prizes, but she never got that far. So, I don't know. Looking at my career, what I've done in the past, I think probably Vanna's whole success has been just flipping letters. And it's not so easy, folks, to be up there on stage and having to keep all of the facts together. I mean, ask Alex Trebek, and he'll tell you that when you're having to try to help those contestants to get the facts about whatever it is you're doing, it's very hard. You got to keep notes on you. You've got to make sure you don't get out of sync with what you're actually doing in that one part or another. So I hope you've enjoyed this insight of Wheel of Fortune. And perhaps someday Sony might actually release those early shows, and then you won't just have to take my word for it. You'll get a chance finally to see it actually on screen again. My memory isn't great, but I can tell you the show began airing about the same time that CNN cable news network began airing on TV or cable. And that was around 1982, 1983. Could have been 1984, because that's when Jeopardy actually began its broadcast run for syndication. But as a little giveaway, the show for Jeopardy was even aired in 1983. If you go back and watch the movie The Twilight Zone, and this is the one that starred Scatman Crothers, Dan Aykroyd, Vic Morrow in his last on-screen performance, you'll see when they do the kick the can storyline, all the seniors are sitting around a television set, and right there on the television is Jeopardy. And I know for a fact that when this movie was released, it was in 1983, and Warner Brothers, I don't see how they got the permission of copyright to air that little segment, but that was not Alex Trebek who was doing that. So just thought I'd throw that little hint, because if you watch any of the Jeopardy shows today, they only mention that Alex Trebek and Jeopardy began airing in 1984 in syndication. Well, they just don't want people to know there was an earlier series of Jeopardy that aired before that with an entirely different host, and that probably it was Merv Griffin who had authorized that to be done, but now you can't see it anymore. So that's pretty much it, folks. Hope you enjoyed it, and I know I enjoyed coming back and looking at myself when I was 40 years younger. So adios to you all, and thank you for watching today.